Hi and welcome to One Week at a Time. My name's Brett Burden. Just going to finish off on a conversation that we've been having over the last few weeks, and that is in regards to marketing. So last week we talked about the marketing plan. Today what I want to talk about is the analysing of that plan to make sure it is actually right and tweaking it as you go. Because there's certainly no point putting a plan together and following that plan, whether it's if it happens to be a dud plan. So that's what testing and measuring does. It makes sure that our thinking initially was right and just keeps us in check. So now testing and measuring is not just reserved for marketing. It should be used throughout your business. Today we're just going to be talking about marketing. And within marketing there's so many different areas that you should be testing as well. But today I just want to talk about the absolute basics, and that is how you get your leads, right? The strategies that you've put in your marketing plan and making sure that they're getting the best result and hitting the target market with the right message. So how do we do that? Quite simply, there's normally two ways that people can contact you for a sale. One is via digital, email, fax even phone calls, okay, so that's quite digital, and then face-to-face. So all you need to be doing is making sure that you're asking the question or capturing the information in regards to how those people found you in the first place. And if they say Google, which many people do, you're not happy with Google, you've got to get the actual keyword, if you can, of what they typed in to get your information up, and therefore how they contacted you. So, you've got to dig a little bit deeper. The testing and measuring is all about really analysing, really getting deep into the information, therefore ensuring that you're able to tweak and you're able to manage your leads coming in and manage the dollars going out. Okay, so just wanted to explain really quickly a client of mine. He was in the synthetic turf business, so they laid lawns basically. And when I first met him, brand new clients, this is what he had all this information, but he'd never actually put it on a graph. So that week I asked him to go away and put all the details on a graph for me. And he told me that his Yellow Pages was the best by far lead generator that he had. And it wanted to be because he was paying $27,000 a year for that. Anyway, when he said that, I didn't believe it. So I got him to write it all down, and this was the result. 17 leads came in that month via Yellow Pages, 8 online Yellow Pages, 4 AdWords and website, which were really average website, and repeat and referrals, it was also 4. So what I asked him to do then, because I really struggled to believe that this was his best lead source, I asked him to measure his conversion rate. So to go back and have a look at those leads that came in that month and determine who actually bought the product from him. And this is what he came back with, which I thought was quite staggering. So yes, Yellow Pages was the best lead source, but his conversion rate was very, very low in comparison to this. In particular, have a look at AdWords here. His website was get 4 leads, but he'd convert 3 of them, 75% conversion rate, pretty good. So what the story was here, and this is the whole idea of digging deeper, is who uses Yellow Pages? I mean, realistically, not too many people these days, but if you do, you tend to be in the older set, right? Unlike these guys here, who tend to, let's say they are younger generation, young family potentially, most of the time couple out working, so not a lot of time to be able to do the things that they like to do, like planting seeds and watering lawns to get some growth. Yet these guys here, totally the opposite. Normally not a huge amount of dollars coming in, but got plenty of time to go out there, spread some seeds around and water the garden each day. In fact, when I remember him saying when he would mention, give them a rough price over the phone, he just got complete silence. And $15,000 to lay a lawn out the backyard, there was just absolute dead silence afterwards. He said he thought they'd fallen over and croaked it on the phone. Anyway, so that was really interesting information and helped us save $27,000 a year, which we then invested into these other areas. And one of the areas was the website. We boosted that right up. There was something like 10 to 12 leads coming in each month. because the amount of money that we were able to put into there, and conversion rate stayed around about that 75% level. So that was the best strategy for him at the time. So, but we would never have known that if we actually hadn't gone through the process of testing and measuring. So look, I hope that's wrapped up a little bit on marketing. Probably go back and have a look at those last 3 weeks plus this one, and that should all combine and help you sort of get your head around what you should be doing. Otherwise, have a great week, and we'll talk. Not exactly sure what we're going to talk about next week, but come up with something over the week. Enjoy it. Catch you. Bye for now.